even just, you gotta respect, you gotta, like, we can't just say this guy's like, he's a bum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not a bum.
Yeah.
He's not a bum for sure, for a long shot. So you gotta respect him, but you can't give him too much respect. Take his best punch, or whatever he do good, be able to take that and take it away from him, and be able to make sure that when I give him myself, make sure I'm doing everything correct, make sure all the way down to the T. Take him in that deep water and drown him.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that could beat me. Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas not touch me at all.
One of the best ones out there is what they don't know, gets less respect for it, but one of the best ones out there. Now his mouth a little different, you know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of character when it comes to his mouth. Because that's where he's from. But he's really one of the pound the best ones of the coup. And I'm gonna tell you why he's the best one of the coup to me. He can punch, but he also can box. You understand me? Some that can box can't punch. Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side, he can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's saying a lot.
Gervonta Davis had an incredibly tough childhood, growing up with parents who struggled with drug addiction. From a very young age, he found himself constantly fighting, both as a means of survival on the streets and as an early and unmistakable sign of the fighter that was already beginning to emerge within him.
My mom and father was on drugs. My mom left me and my brother in the house by ourselves. Someone called the Child Protective Service, and they came and got us, and we was in foster care and group home and things like that.
Davis stumbled upon boxing almost entirely by chance, when his uncle walked outside one day and caught him in the middle of a street fight right in front of their house.
My house, and my uncle ended up walking outside the door and seeing me fight. So when he seen me fight, he was like, "You could do something." So he took me to the gym. The gym was probably like, I want to say like a 10-minute walk from the house. So when I went to the gym, I was getting the love that I wasn't getting at home. So it came more so like a father figure type stuff, like the coaches in the gym. That's why I'm still with Calvin now, because he's more so like a father. So that's what made me like draw me into.
From a purely boxing standpoint, Hall of Famer Roy Jones Jr. criticized Shakur Stevenson for the habit of moving too far back defensively.
Stevenson is a very good fighter, but he got to learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this, because this is going to mean a lot for him. His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You understand me? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I'd say. I felt like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that this is somebody that teach him. And I would teach him if they ever brought him to me to teach him. But he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
When you say something bad, they take it as criticism.
Right.
No, son, you got to understand how to not jump. Okay, people know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right? If you move that thing back too far, you can't reach it.
Roy Jones Jr. pointed out that Shakur's excessive habit of moving away from opponents too frequently prevented any real and meaningful exchanges from developing, ultimately making his fights feel flat and boring for anyone watching from the outside.
You gotta work, but you gotta stay on the job while I work. You can't take it out of, if you working with this, because this part keeps you on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job, it can't work no more. So if you move back every time off the job, it ain't gonna ever get no work done. So now it's gonna become boring. Why? It ain't doing.
Turning to the potential matchup, Shawn Porter firmly shut down all the assumptions and speculation that had been buzzing throughout the boxing community. Porter made it clear that people were completely wrong to assume Gervonta Davis would simply walk in and end Shakur Stevenson with one punch. He called Stevenson a true defensive specialist and hinted that Tank already knows exactly how dangerous Shakur is behind closed doors. In Porter's view, this would not be a quick finish or a highlight reel knockout moment. It would be a deep and intricate chess match, quite possibly the most tactical and demanding fight of both their careers. According to Porter, the winner would not be decided by punching power alone, but by whoever could outthink and outmaneuver the other man consistently over the full course of 12 hard and grueling rounds.
Everybody thinks that Tank is gonna go in there and just knock out Shakur. It's gonna
That's not gonna happen.
But it shouldn't have taken this fight.
I knew he couldn't.
For people to realize that. Right.
No, I knew that too. But yeah.
Shakur is a defensive specialist.
And I've been saying this for a long time. If you pay attention to how Tank would react whenever Shakur's name came up, I was like, yo, it's something that Tank knows that most people don't know or understand. There's something that he sees in Shakur. It could be the fact that Shakur was a 2016 silver medalist. You know,
he's got a lot to do with it.
He's that, you know, the silver child of the country, and you know, there's no telling. But this is what I've always known. It ain't just a big straight left or a big left right hook coming from Tank that's gonna end that night. That night is gonna be the most strategical you've seen both these guys ever be in a fight. I don't know if we're going.
Building on that point, Shawn Porter stressed that the biggest stages have a unique way of forcing true greatness out of elite fighters. Porter said that real super fights demand far more than just raw power. They demand careful thought, patience, and the ability to make constant adjustments on the fly throughout the entire fight. He believed that in a matchup of this magnitude, fans would witness a far more calculated and cerebral version of Tank. Not just the explosive puncher the world has come to know, but the intelligent thinker operating strategically inside the ring. Porter's message was crystal clear. True greatness reveals itself at the exact moment when natural instinct meets the ability to adapt in real time. And that is precisely where the smartest fighter in the ring ultimately seizes control and takes over.
I've been able to pull it out of him. We looking forward to the big fights. We looking forward to the big matchups because those are the kind of people that's going to pull it out of him. So with a fight with Shakur, you're going to see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're going to see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me, it was low IQ because the reason why it was low IQ is because everybody followed the script. And what I mean by that is you see somebody's IQ take place when a fighter makes an adjustment, and now you have to adjust to what that fighter is doing. And
Terrence Crawford then explained exactly why he favors Shakur Stevenson over Gervonta Davis in a potential matchup. Crawford firmly believes that Tank would simply not be able to land his powerful shots on Stevenson the way he has done against other opponents, pointing directly to Shakur's tight and disciplined defense and razor-sharp timing as the primary reasons why. He noted that while Davis often finds his rhythm and comes on stronger in the later rounds, he tends to struggle to connect cleanly in the early stages of a fight, and against someone as precise and calculated as Stevenson, those early struggles could be quickly and ruthlessly exploited. In Crawford's view, Shakur's ability to neutralize dangerous power through smart positioning and lightning-fast reaction time would frustrate Tank endlessly and prevent him from ever truly settling into his comfort zone throughout the entire fight.
As a fighter, I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Right.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn either.
Oh, you don't think Key either? Even right now, I feel like it's a little Key nice though, but it might be a little early for Key right now.
Listen, Tank get hits a lot. Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights,
well, at least in the early rounds. Middle rounds, he start coming up, but I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them. Let him start hitting them with everybody else, like everybody else hitting them.
Yeah.
Man, he gonna clean them. He punches.
Shakur Stevenson just put Gervonta Davis on full blast, revealing that the contract for their highly anticipated mega fight never actually arrived. While Davis had been talking boldly and publicly about wanting all the smoke, Stevenson made it crystal clear that behind the scenes there was nothing but complete silence. The paperwork that Davis claimed existed simply never showed up. Tank's loud and confident callouts turned out to be nothing more than empty noise with absolutely no real action backing them up. Now Stevenson was calling him out directly for exactly what many fans had long suspected, that Davis has been deliberately avoiding the one fight that truly matters.
He get a lot of knockouts that people kind of making it like, if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
People is blessed with different abilities. He's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you 9 times out of 10, you gonna go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good, like punches coming my way. I know how to get away from them at any given time. Our abilities are just different, so they probably are judging.
Stevenson made it abundantly clear that power only truly matters if it actually lands, and landing cleanly on him presented a completely different kind of challenge than anything Tank had faced before. He laid out the contrast between the two fighters with quiet and unshakable confidence. Davis may have the dynamite in his hands, but Shakur has the defense, the ring intelligence, and the distance control to render that dynamite completely useless. In Stevenson's view, the difference between them goes well beyond just contrasting styles. It comes down to his ability to impose his own game plan from start to finish while systematically stripping away everything Tank wants and needs to do in order to be effective. The message was delivered subtly but landed with devastating clarity. Power means absolutely nothing if you can never find a way to use it.
Tank just said on Twitter that he sent Shakur a contract and went elsewhere.
All my life, Tank a liar. If he just said that, that nigga's a liar. He need to stop lying.
Okay.
Yo, no cap. If he sent me a contract, tell him post that contract. Post the contract he sent me. That's what I want to see. And I want to see that. Don't make up no fake contract. Don't post the contract you sent me. I would love to see it.
Damn. Okay.
And show me you sent it to me, to the email, to make sure that I got.
Roy Jones Jr. weighed in on the long-rumored matchup between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, making it very clear that the time for this fight to happen is right now. According to Jones, whether it came before or after Stevenson's bout with Kid Austin was beside the point entirely. The boxing world simply wants to see the best fight the best, and Jones preferred to let them settle it where it belongs, inside the ring. In his view, the only thing that truly matters at this stage is getting the fight made so the entire world can finally witness who comes out on top once and for all.
Tank Shakur, it's been a rumored fight for quite some time now. We have Shakur going up against Kid Austin in about a week.
Yep.
With a win over Kid Austin, do you think that would be for a great time for a fight against Tank Davis?
It'll be a great time for a fight against Tank Davis right now. So even before that, the boxing world want to see the best fight best. So right now it's a great time for the Tank Davis fight. After that fight, it'll be a great time for the Tank Davis fight. Doesn't matter when. That's always a great fight. I gotta go now. I got my fight away.
How do you think we get that fight, Roy?
Forget that. Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins? Who do you think wins?
It's a good fight, man. It's a hard call. I love both fighters. I won't say either one of them because both of them are great. I like both of them. I admire what both of them have done, and I just want to see them fight. So the work who wins. I want to call it. I want them to.
Diving deeper into his analysis, Teddy Atlas broke down exactly what makes Shakur Stevenson stand apart from every other fighter in the division. Atlas emphasized his awareness, timing, movement, and exceptional ability to control space, noting that Stevenson consistently forces opponents to fight entirely on his terms from the opening bell to the final round. Teddy firmly believed that this rare and complete combination of qualities makes him one of the most frustrating and difficult fighters to deal with anywhere in the sport today. However, Atlas also identified one very real and potentially dangerous threat lurking on the horizon. He pointed to Gervonta Davis as the only fighter currently active who possesses the tools and the explosive knockout power capable of genuinely disrupting Shakur's rhythm and possibly handing him the first loss of his career. In Teddy's view, Tank represents the ultimate unsolved puzzle and the one man in boxing with a realistic chance of breaking through Stevenson's seemingly impenetrable style.
Shakur Stevenson is that difficult because of his style, because of his abilities, because of his eyes, because of his, his legs, and his hand speed, the way that he controls range. Tank Davis is the only guy that I can see that could possibly decipher that style and beat.
Richardson Hitchens revealed that the early sparring sessions between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson were nothing short of intense and fiercely competitive from the very start. The first session involved aggressive and hard-hitting exchanges, with Davis landing a solid and meaningful punch that Stevenson absorbed without any visible trouble, which prompted Davis to step back and adopt a far more strategic and calculated approach going into the second session. From that point forward, the sparring evolved into a high-speed chess match where neither fighter was able to establish any kind of clear or decisive advantage over the other.
Him and Shakur sparred that first time, like, he caught Shakur with a good shot. Boom. He didn't hurt Shakur or nothing, but it was like, you could tell, like, if it was 8-ounce gloves, we don't know how Shakur would have reacted. It was like, because I remember him sparring Shakur, he caught Shakur with, like, a clean shot. Boom. And Shakur didn't shake up or do nothing, but it was a clean shot. I'm like, nigga, you sure you can take another one of that? And Shakur, like, what? Like, he took off his shirt and they started bumping like that. Now they're going back and forth.
Oh. Hold on, was it sparring? Yeah. Was it competitive, close, all that, Shakur and Tank?
Nah, yeah, it was competitive. Then, like, the second time, like, they sparred, like, it was, like, a chess match. Like, now Tank know, like, all right, he's really nice. Like, Shakur really nice. Like, all that walk down shit. I got a box. Like, this nigga, like, I can't just walk him down. Like, he can really fight. So it was like, Tank, like, switched his strategy up. And, like, same shit. Like, now Tank trying to come and walk me down. I'm in there, like, we fighting. Like, it's back and forth competitive. I'm talking Calvin, like, nigga, Calvin. Like,
Gervonta Davis has meticulously prepared for high-level fights by obsessing over the finer and more subtle details of his game. He has worked extensively on improving his head movement to better handle and counter skilled opponents, sharpened his timing for explosive and well-placed attacks, and drilled the art of applying controlled and calculated pressure. All of this has pushed him to think more strategically and break opponents down with patience and precision, specifically preparing him for the kind of deeply tactical and mentally demanding fight that a matchup with Shakur Stevenson would undoubtedly present. In the end, the boxing world was left with far more questions than answers. Would Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson finally settle their long-standing rivalry where it truly belongs, inside the ring? Or would the talk and the back and forth continue indefinitely without any real action to back it up? The fans have made their voices heard loud and clear. They want the best to fight the best, plain and simple. And as the speculation continues to grow louder with every passing week, one thing has become absolutely certain. A fight this significant and this anticipated simply cannot stay buried forever. And when it finally does happen, it will not just be another fight on a card. It will be a defining statement that echoes throughout the sport for years to come. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. Drop a comment below and let us know who wins when Tank and Shakur finally share the same ring.